Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. And when it comes to Love is Blind, let's be real. When Love is Blind is set in the nation's capital, the drama is bound to be more political than romantic. But season 7 of Love is Blind DC is delivering every bit of chaos we expected and then some. With these little lovebirds, and I use the term love very loosely, clinging to the last shreds of their relationships, it's a ticking time bomb for some, while others are speeding down the aisle like it's a rush hour on the 495. So, buckle up because episodes 10 and 11 are the emotional car crash you just can't look away from. And spoiler alert, not everybody is making it to the altar, but isn't that why we're here? So without any further ado, let's break these two episodes down. So we kick things off with the sperm donor saga with Tyler and Ashley. Oh, Tyler. Oh, Ashley. Oh, drama. Where do we begin? Well, right where we left off with the awkward conversation about Tyler's sperm donor situation. And let me set the scene for those who blinked and missed it. Tyler apparently helped a very close friend and her wife to have a baby because, in his words, they couldn't afford a professional sperm donor. Okay. Well, to say Tyler also conveniently forgot to mention this to Ashley was definitely putting it lightly. But after some deep chats and some soul searching, aka Netflix mandated couple therapy sessions, they're suddenly back on track. Ashley's father even calls her ride or die, which sounds more like something you'll hear in the Fast and the Furious. But hey, that's the vibe, right? But wait. There's more. Just when you think we're in for smooth sailing, the happy couple shows up at a Gatsby-themed party with all of the other rejected singles, and naturally Monica materializes in the most diva way possible to stir the pot. And yeah, she shows up in a gold turban to give us that meow we didn't know we needed. The drama, however, simmers quietly with Ashley distracted by Tyler's repeated romantic gestures. Cue the flowers, but we all know the real drama is happening on the internet, where it's being splashed all over the place of a lot of he say, she say. But look like both Tyler and Ashley are still friends and followers on Instagram. So maybe there's a lot more to this than what everybody think it is based on what's being said online. So yeah, I know the Instagram sleuths have their way, but Tyler's timeline look like it's messier than the relationship itself. And I guess, as usual, we'll find out after the season is over with, or even at the reunion, what actually is going on. So, my drama forecast for these two: the sperm donor plot is one big giant cloud of confusion, but Ashley seems locked in for better or for worse. I'm betting that these two make it to the altar, but I'm bringing the popcorn for the fallout after the vows, and I'm hoping that all of the dust settle and these two are just fine. So now let's talk about the love letters and the ex, Garrett and Taylor. So Garrett and Taylor, our little science nerds who fell in love in the pods over love letters, are going strong. Until they aren't. Now, things are looking pretty peachy until the ex-flame decides to light a match under this relationship. Turns out Garrett got quote-unquote a message from an ex, but he didn't just like the message. Rookie move, Garrett. He responded, and you could practically hear Taylor's heart hit that floor. Like, what are you doing, Garrett? They're about to meet Taylor's parents in San Diego, and this is a moment he chooses to get chatty with the ghost of girlfriends past. Now, I gotta say, he said that he responded to telling her, look, I can't talk to you anymore. I have someone new and I'm moving on. But obviously that did not sit well with Taylor. She had a massive fallout. Now, I can appreciate the fact that he stalled out the ex. However, he should have told the whole story up front. At first he said that he liked it. Then he come back later in front of the other couple and said that he responded with the rejection. And even though it was a rejection, yeah, she wasn't happy about it. However, they switched scenes and now they're doing fine. We finally get to meet Taylor's family, and it's an iPhone film montage that feels more like a home video than a reality TV show. Now, Taylor's mom, is giving real DC energy, rolling her eyes at the traffic like the realest Washingtonian ever. Is the traffic usually this crappy on a Saturday? And Garrett, in his glory, just says, it's DC, it's always bad. But all in all, it looked like everything went peachy keen with the family. I know that she was worried about the situation with her dad and her mom and whether or not they accept the process. But so far, they went to go and do the dressing and the tuxes and everything. So I guess they are moving on. But here's my actual drama forecast. Despite Garrett's dumb ex text, I'm still rooting for the two of them. Maybe it's the sweet love letters or the way Garrett looks like a golden retriever who just want to please. I still feel that a double I do is coming our way. Next up, from trauma dumping to dumped, Alex and Tim. Now, if you thought things couldn't get weirder with these two, think again. Tim met Alice's dad, and yeah, it was all good. But the reverse, yikes. Alex showed up to meet Tim's parents looking like she'd rather be anywhere else. Like, seriously, one hand in her vest pocket the entire time. Hello, body language much? Once the cameras were shut off, things went off the rails. Now, according to Tim, Alex checked out of the conversation ASAP and went to sleep. Apparently, he wasn't too thrilled about being left with his parents to talk about the vessel Alex would be for him. And sweetie, no, this is not a Handmaid's Tale, but Alex didn't chug a Red Bull to stay up to hash things out. So Tim, yeah, he's now done. He ends it with one of the most brutal breakup lines in Love is Blind history. There is no scenario where I see myself standing there and saying yes to making you my wife forever. Yikes, Tim. Tell us how you really feel. But I know a lot of people thought that was brutal. However, from what I understand, he posts some things on Instagram explaining his side of the story. And remember that argument they had at first. And I knew from that first argument that they had in Mexico that it was going to go downhill fast. Especially from what we heard with her putting hands on him. I'm the type of person, I try to be objective. I don't agree with hands being put on anybody. A man putting their hands on a woman and a woman putting their hands on a man. And when all that went down in Mexico, I was like, yep, it's not going to last. Plus, if you've been listening to my previous recaps, a Leo and Virgo is normally not a match. So obviously, chickens came home to roost. And I guess if I have to give a drama forecast, this ship sank. No lifeboats, no survivors. Tim is out. And honestly, I gotta say, they don't match. I don't blame either of them for going their separate ways. Alex, you might have dodged a bullet, and so would he. And I guess that nap put the nail in his coffin. And these are some clips from his Instagram post that he posted earlier this morning, October 17th, about the whole situation. Now, I know we'll probably get even more details at the reunion, I would hope, which is going to be on October 30th. But it's going to be interesting to see when all of this comes out. So now let's talk about the ick is real. Hannah and Nick. Okay, I'm not even enjoying watching these two at this point. It's just that bad. Hannah has had it with Nick's quirks. And Nick just want to be treated like an equal. How many times can Hannah tell him to man up before he realizes that this is not going to end well? Spoiler, too many times. Now, things really pop off when Nick starts talking about Katie. And, of course, Katie was also in the pods. Remember her? And remember the Gatsby party? Yeah, they had a whole conversation. They hit it off really well. Then she hits Nick with the you're charming but immature card, which Hannah has been waving like a red flag for weeks now. Now, when Hannah doesn't show up to the wedding dress shopping, we know it is a wrap. R.I.P. to this relationship. It rests in the ickiest peace. And I'm telling you, it is over. I'm glad for Nick's sake because Hannah does not respect that man. And I knew coming out of that pods when she met him on the proposal day, she thought that he was this tall 6'5" jock who played football, and he was the opposite of the idea that she created in her head. And I guess in her case, love is definitely not blind. So even though she didn't see him in those pods, she definitely created somebody in her head. Drama forecast for these two: this relationship was doomed from the pods, and now it is officially dead on arrival. Nick's cat might be the only thing waiting for him at the Tyson's corner. And then we got to talk about, finally, vitamin D deficiency, condoms, and hot tub boats. Marissa and Ramses. Now, Marissa and Ramses are bringing us the most random drama of the season. Marissa's tired, commuting between DC and Baltimore, and dealing with the vitamin D deficiency, while Ramses is dealing with his feelings on condoms. Yep, that's what we're working with here. The real kicker: Ramses doesn't know Marissa's birthday, but he finally got it. I think he said April 3rd. And for someone who is into astrology, not knowing your partner's birth date is pretty much a cardinal sin for some people. And then Vanessa, aka Marissa's mom, reappears, threatening Ramses' anatomy once again. And when they were trying on dresses like it's her personal hobby. I find that very interesting, because if it was on the flip side and a father of the show would say that about a woman that was about to be married to their son, cutting off anatomical parts, I think the internet would be going ablaze, but I guess double standards. However, these two, will this couple make it? Honestly, I don't know. It's looking grim, but at least we got a bizarre hot tub boat date out of all of this. And my drama forecast for these two, I'm calling it. Marissa's too tired to probably make it down the aisle, and Ramses won't know what hit him when Vanessa's back with those scissors hands at the wedding. However, they could be that couple that shocks us all and actually make it to the altar, say I do, and live happily ever after. But I guess we'll have to stay tuned. And I hope for Ramses' sake that's the case, because Vanessa is probably going to be coming for him. Okay, so there you have it, you guys. The DC couples are playing the most stressful game of emotional Jenga that we've ever seen. Some might make it to the altar, but as always, the real entertainment comes from watching them teeter on the edge of disaster. And if they don't marry each other, well, there's always traffic to complain about in DC. So let me know your thoughts. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on your notifications so you're notified every time a video is posted. And until the next video, we will see you soon. Bye, guys.